this isn't my thought, but I did hear it, and it does resonate with me, which is this happens, okay? And right, wrong, good, bad. Wars are fought, lines move, people are placed and displaced, okay? It happens all the time. And this area, I mean, there's so many people in Africa right now who want to have exactly this same conversation about how they've been displaced and how wrong it is and how much violence there is and killing. And it's happening in Yemen also. It's happening all over the place. It's happening in China with 1 million Uyghur Muslims that we don't know what's happening with them.
We don't know anything.
So,
hello everybody, welcome back to Z's Political Couch. Today, Bassem Youssef is going to walk into this and completely annihilate Chris from a factual understanding whereby Chris will be scrambling for cover. Chris tries the tired war happens, borders move argument. Bassem shuts it down because this isn't just another land dispute. It's a US-funded, veto-protected occupation. But let's be real. The real reason this conflict never ends, war is more profitable than peace. Everyone benefits. Politicians, lobbyists, weapon manufacturers, except the people suffering. Bassem exposes the game, and Chris, he's just going to try to defend the sinking ship with a bucket full of excuses. Let's jump into it.
There'll be waves of trouble. There'll be more. There'll be outgrowths. There'll be fighting. Okay, it happens around the world. But only this situation in our lifetime has been impossible to move the line for anything but a tenuous period. And I believe that's because the problem works better than a solution. But we know what needs to happen, right? You need Israel out of these places. You need a compromised border agreement about where they are and what land they can get and what land's going to be here. And it can't be part of faith because you have to divorce yourself from God speak at some point if you want to deal with reality. Okay, and I'm not anti-religion. I'm not telling people not to be religious.
No, we know. We all see
saying,
what happens when you put religion in politics. It's messy.
But this is what happens. This is what happens again and again and again. Is that they have to leave some places, they get to stay some places, and Israel should not be in control of Palestine. Palestine should. They just can't have a terror organization that is seen as a state sponsor of terror as the head of the organization. So Hamas has to go. And they need real elections, real things, and they'll struggle like everybody else, like we're struggling right now.
I know, but Hamas is a product of the situation.
I get it.
It is but the thing is, you said something like, why is this particular issue is not resolved? For a very, very obvious reason, because the greatest country in the world, the most powerful country in the world, has been sponsoring Israel. And I have mentioned this before. During the history, since the inception of Security Council, America used the veto 84 times.
It's always about Israel.
And they used the veto to protect Israel 56 times. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That is not. And now when Biden, by the way, Joe Biden, Joe Geriatric Genocide Biden. That's his nickname now. John, like Joe Geriatric Genocide Biden, because he is supporting genocide. And people are telling, even people in his own party, it's like, you have to stop. How many more do you feel? Okay, October 8th, October 9th, October 7th. How many more? It's not working. The rage is not working. What did the rage get us in Afghanistan and Iraq? Million Iraqi dead, $2 trillion spent. All of these American being killed in Iraq. Did it solve anything? Did the rage, did the angst, did it solve anything? No. So is there in like one sane person to say this has to stop? Israel takes money from us. I'm speaking now as an American citizen. I don't know why my representatives are wearing IDF uniforms in the Congress. Brian Mast is wearing an IDF uniform in the Congress. And now when you look to his finances, he received $101,000
What do you mean he's wearing an IDF uniform?
Brian Mast. You can look it up. Brian Mast, the congressman from Florida. He was wearing an IDF uniform in Congress, in lobby. He's going around showing his IDF military Congress because after he lost his legs in 2010,
right,
he went in and he lost his loyalty to the United States and he volunteered in the IDF. And he's not even Jewish. He's Christian. He's a Christian Zionist. And he comes back and there's video. You can look it up. It's like, I wish more children are dead in Gaza. Is Rashida Tlaib put in like the green Hamas bandana and said, like, I wish Jewish people were killed? Oh my God, she'll be lynched. But like, this is like a congressperson. He receives $101,000 from AIPAC and his next 7 donors combined, they gave him $92,000. Is this, if this is not buying politics for a foreign agent, I don't know what is. What is?
What happens if America doesn't support Israel?
I'm not supported, but be fair. Force Israel to stop building the settlement. Force Israel to be just. This is the whole idea. Why do you think America gives $2.3 billion to Egypt? It is linked to the peace treaty with Israel. Like, why do you think we give $3.8 billion to Israel? And it's not about that. As an American citizen, again,
there are a lot of people in this country right now, a growing population, who says we shouldn't give money to Egypt.
Shouldn't.
We shouldn't give money to any of those places.
We shouldn't.
Let you guys fight it out. There's a good chance Israel's going to kick your ass.
No.
And then let it happen.
Now, Israel will not kick anybody's ass without America's support.
Well, listen,
because right now, in an area with 365 kilometers squared, I know, but here's the thing.
Weapons will always make their way to people who need them and want them.
I understand, but America being the superpower of the world comes with responsibility. Being the boss of the world comes with responsibility.
They say that and the U.S. government position is this is exercising its responsibility because otherwise the region will destroy Israel.
Okay, you will not destroy anybody if it's about compromise and giving people what they want and they need. Because Israel,
what they want and need is to get rid of Israel.
Not really, because like
a lot of people say it,
and a lot of people don't. I don't think that Saudi Arabia, the leadership in Saudi Arabia, want to destroy Israel. I don't think the leadership in Jordan or in Egypt are wanting to destroy Israel. You're talking about Hezbollah, Hamas, and Iran. And if you get more people involved and give justice to the people, you know what happens? You feed the radicals by being unjust.
That's always been true.
Yes. So anger and violence makes radicals take over.
They're making a new generation of enemies right now,
and
as we speak.
And the 27,000 people were killed. Wael Dahdouh, a reporter, lost 7 of his family. So 7 people of family. Shireen Abu Akleh, a Palestinian American, she was killed, and Israel lied about it for a year. The continuous lying.
So what happens?
As an American, like when I tell you, when you know the amount of money that goes to Israel, tax exempt, how do you talk to a teacher in Delaware making minimum wage, or someone in Mississippi who is trying to fight to do tax write-off, and he sees hundreds of millions of dollars in donation feeding illegal settlements and they're tax exempt? How does this work?
Bassem, we have a military-industrial complex in this country that gobbles up so much
$800 billion
budget, so disproportionate, and we give it for all kinds of reasons, good, bad, and indifferent, all over the world. If Americans were to ever really, truly measure their lives' needs and wants as a function of what is given abroad and vote on that, the world would be in big trouble, because Americans, in a vote, I don't know that it comes out that we're giving foreign aid 10 cents on the dollar to what we're given right now. So the idea that teachers are underserved, true. Because of the money we give to Israel, please. There's money given to so many different
things. Yes, and I want them all, to be checked, and I want them all of them to be to be revised. Because I, as an American, I don't want our money, my taxpayer money, going all around there. And I know that people make comparison between Israel and other things, but again, I'm telling you, the special treatment that Israel gets, it could not be compared. People talk about Saudi Arabia, for example. Saudi Arabia defense budget is $75 billion. $75 billion. Where do you think this money goes? It goes to America. Actually, pragmatically, putting like all morals aside, Saudi Arabia is actually supporting the American economy because they're giving so much money to all of these weapons. All right, the Saudi Arabia, like the sovereign, I think the sovereign must have about like $60 billion in American banks. While Israel has been, and I'm talking not as an Arab or a Muslim, as financially, Israel is sucking us dry. There is unanticipated $1.6 billion that America has to come with because of the war in the
America has a moral commitment to Israel.
Why?
And a strategic commitment.
Why is it strategic? People hate America because of Israel. If people say why people hate
who can America trust in the region to be as good an ally?
Did you try? Did you try other allies? Did you try? We're just like being. Why don't we explore all of these? I mean,
the recent American experience would say, as a former President Trump announced in one sentence, Islam hates us. Remember that? When he said that and how it resonated? Yeah. I thought that line, how many times have I been wrong about this? When he said those words, I said, that's it. He's done. He just convicted 1.5 billion people of hating America.
And yet his people go out in marches and say Jews will not replace us. It doesn't make any sense, Chris. The thing is, like, you can talk about, yes, do Muslims hate America? A lot of Muslims hate America, of course, but they do that because of the same way that a lot of Jews hate people because of Israel.
But
A lot of people hate,
true, but the American experience is they've never heard Israel say we hate America. And after
they don't say it, but they act like they do.
After 9/11, in the American experience, that entire part of the world celebrated.
Absolutely.
And
every day, every time there is a bomb that falls into Gaza, people in Israel also celebrate. Have you heard about Cinema Sidrot?
Yes.
All right. Have you heard about the pancake celebration for killing of Rachel Corrie, the American citizen under a bulldozer that Ben Shapiro said like she's a fool? So, I mean, you give me one example, I'll give you 10 from the other side. Seriously, it's just like the focus is on us.
I could give you 100 examples. The point is, look, hurt people hurt people.
Yes,
right?
I know.
And angry people do angry things.
And again, I don't want to erase Israel. I don't want people. I don't want because this is.
But how do you stop it? I'm not asking you to solve it.
Again, we don't have the. But
you're
again,
a doctor and a comedian.
It's really about about justice. It's like if you.
But what do you do? What do you do? I give you the wand.
Okay, I mean I don't know. Go back to 2000 where there was.
What do you do now?
Go back to 2000 to that area and just sit with the Palestinians and give them the land. It's about land versus peace.
It's not that complicated, Chris. You're acting like this is some sort of unsolvable ancient conflict when in reality it's just a classic case of occupation, apartheid, and American dollars keeping it all running. Bassem laid it out like a TED Talk on steroids. Israel couldn't last a week without US military funding, and yet somehow we're supposed to believe it's the helpless underdog? Make it make sense. And this whole war happens, border shifts argument, yeah, except when it's Israel. Suddenly the border never moves unless it's expanding into Palestinian land. The settlements keep growing, the bombs keep dropping, and Chris is out here acting like the only solution is for Palestinians to just struggle like everybody else is. Bruh, they're not struggling. They're being systematically wiped out. Chris tries to make it about America's responsibility as a superpower, but Bassem flips it. America's responsibility shouldn't be funding a country that wears our money like an armored vest while our own civilians, citizens, can't afford insulin. We're giving billions to an apartheid state while teachers in Mississippi are eating ramen for dinner. Priorities, my guy. And let's not forget, the most insane moment for this whole debate, Brian Maz, rocking IDF uniform in Congress. The man lost his legs in Afghanistan and turned around and pledged loyalty to a foreign military. Even Rashida thought about wearing a Hamas scarf. They'd deport her to Mars. But sure, Chris, let's keep pretending like America isn't blatantly picking sides. At the end of the day, Bassem gets it. This isn't about religion or ancient rivalries. It's about land, power, and never-ending cash flow that benefits everyone except the people dying. Until America stops writing blank checks for genocide, the line won't move. The war won't end. And Chris will still be here pretending like this is just the way of the world. Nah, Chris, it's the way of corruption. And Bassem just gave you the receipt. If you like this video, I ask of you to share it, like it, and let me know of your comments. Down below. And until then, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.